it's way harder to come up as a streamer than it is to work a 9 to 5. Just rather do streaming because they're like, you know what, fuck 9 to 5, I don't like doing 9 to 5, I want to be a streamer, even though I don't get paid, I'd much rather be a streamer than doing 9 to 5. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you used to act, this is how I would say, it is much harder to come up as a streamer than it is to get a 9 to 5 job. You feel what I'm saying? You can get it, even though the job market is hard as hell, and it's damn near impossible to interview for a job and get one, you still have a higher chance of interviewing for a job and getting a job. Whether it's good or bad, you still have a high chance of getting a job compared to making it as a streamer. You feel what I mean? Is 9 to 5 more physically tasking? Yes. Is streaming more mentally tasking? Yes. Right? Like, it is more mentally tasking. It's not physically tasking, but it's more mentally tasking. It requires more consistency. It requires more effort put into it. Right? You could go into a 9 to 5, you know, and literally turn off your brain. Like, depending on your job. Like, right? Like, if you're working at McDonald's or working an office job, bro, you go in that bitch, you usually already have a set routine of what you have to do. If not, your manager tells you what to do. You do it for like some hours, right? Physically tasking. You get off, and then you go home. None of that. You don't have to wait. After you're done with your hours at work, you go home. You don't have to think about work anymore until the next day where you have to clock back in, right? That's not the same as it would be for like a content creator or a streamer. After a nigga streams for this amount of hours, he has to get off stream, go back into his stream, clip it, do TikToks. This is if you're starting off. I mean, I'm talking about starting off, not as a big streamer. I'm talking about starting off. Starting off, you don't have the money for clippers. You don't have the money for editors. You don't have none of that. So what do you have to do? You have to do that shit yourself. So you get off your 9 to 5, once you finish your hours, that's it. You go home and you don't have to think about it. Once you get off of streaming, you still have to think about making content. If you want to come up as a streamer, I'm saying if you want to come up, as you level up as a streamer, and you get bigger and bigger and bigger, you start actually making money off of your content. Way more money than a 9 to 5 worker. So then you can start paying niggas to do the job that you don't want to do. And then your job becomes easier as a streamer. And then that's where I say a 9 to 5 is harder than streaming. It's if you're a big streamer, right? A streamer who's making a good enough wage where not only are they living off the money off of streaming, but they're also paying people to edit clips and edit videos for them so they don't have to do nothing. All they have to do is stream, come up with content ideas, get off a stream, and go do whatever the fuck they want to do, right? That's where streaming becomes easier than a 9 to 5, okay? So, with that, I'm gonna just conclude it at, it's way harder to come up as a streamer than it is to work a 9 to 5. It just requires way more effort. It's not harder physically, but it requires way more effort to come up as a streamer than working a 9 to 5. As you become a big streamer, streaming becomes way easier than working a 9 to 5. Yes.